What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of Spree, the newest film from director Eugene Kotlyarenko. Before we begin, if you like this channel, cool, hit that subscribe button, join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. If you like this video, cool, hit the like button, as well as comment below on any video that you watch, including this one. So this movie Spree should relate to a lot of people in the YouTube space, including myself. Outside of the murder aspect that this movie is dealing with, this character that Keery plays, and Keery, of course, is from Stranger Things. If you know him, you know his face really, really well. Becoming an influencer, becoming a YouTube sensation is everyone's dream. You know, somebody who basically makes a lot of money being themselves. You know, they're not working in normal day jobs. They're creating content for the universe, the world itself, and there are a lot of people that have made money off it. Look at like people like Ninja. Look at the people like Jeremy Johns. You know, these people just make a lot of money and they are very, very successful at what they do. But what would happen if you tried to be successful and you just couldn't be successful? You just never had views. And then you had somebody that you grew up around that becomes very successful. What is that going to make you do? Well, most of us will just keep going to the grind, trying to make videos, trying to have fun. Or they'll be like the Keery character, Kurt, and end up murdering people. And that's what this movie is about. Basically, Kurt goes nuts. He's pretty much insane throughout the entire movie. And he starts filming a live stream, and that live stream involves murdering people in this cab thing, kind of like similar to Uber and stuff like that, called Spree. And in essence, that's what this movie is portraying. How far are you willing to go to gain an audience? And Joe's character is willing to go as far as humanly possible by killing people. And so when I saw the trailer for this movie, which was like literally right before I saw the movie, because, you know, with this day and age of COVID, you're just kind of finding material on iTunes or Vudu or something like that. We're waiting for the movie theaters to open. So I saw the trailer. I saw that Keery is in it. I thought it was an interesting concept. I like stuff like American Psycho. So this kind of movie kind of interests me. And wow, this movie is brutal. It's very, very violent. It's very disturbing, but it is a black comedy. And it has a lot of interesting talent in it that you don't see in a lot of movies like this. You know, you have somebody like Mooney. You have somebody like Sasheer Zamata, who actually has a very important role in this movie. Mischa Barton's in this movie. David Arquette's in this movie, and David Arquette was in one of my favorite black comedies, which was Ravenous. And this movie just follows him around. It follows this, you know, this Kurt character. You know, he's under the Kurt World character around as he's trying to get views, and it's a really strange, disturbing movie. But it is doing a lot of focus on what it is like to be a true influencer with everybody that, you know, watches his videos. Eventually when he starts gaining followers, they actually show you like the comment section that you see in a lot of like live streams and stuff like that, and it really shows you how disturbed the content, you know, creation can be when it comes to live streaming. There are people in this commenting section that is true to life. You know, when Kurt starts killing people, not only do people think it's fake because, you know, that's the way the world works, but there are people like egging him on, and there are people just like, you know, go, you know, you can do this, you know, take selfies and stuff like that. And it's just kind of a look into the life of somebody who just will go to any step possible to become famous. And it also is a kind of lesson in how to kind of control yourself when you try to do that, because sometimes we, you know, buy viewers, buy subscribers, we will do anything possible to become famous. And that's his movie's message. You know, the movie is also being a dark comedy about a violent murderer, but it's also giving you the message of, you know, you got to be patient, you got to work at it. Some people will never become famous, and that's just something you have to accept. And yeah, I mean, the movie's interesting. It really is. You know, what they've created, which this movie is basically nothing but video cam footage from your phone. It has a bunch of cameras around the vehicle itself that it uses as a kind of multi-camera type movie. You know, you see from different angles. So, for instance, if, you know, Kurt's character is filming from his phone, why the Sasheer Zamata character, Jessie, you'll see it from her angle. So it's really well crafted and really well done as like a home video type of scenario. But then adding in that comment section really kind of makes it really unique. So this movie is actually quite unique for what it it's doing, but it's just a really disturbed film. If you can't handle violence, if you can't handle like maniac characters like Patrick Bateman or something like that, this might bother you and might really disturb you. And Joe Keery is actually doing a really interesting character in this movie, but he's also mentally unstable. So the things he's saying, the things he's doing, the way he's acting towards people, there's a lot of just like uncomfortable moments in this movie. But I liked it. I really did. I thought it was enjoyable. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was dark and graphic and had a lot to say and just did a really nice job for something that could be really goofy and over the top. But it also has these really strange, lighthearted moments and strange, just like meta moments and stuff like that. And it's a really fascinating movie. It really is. Is it the best movie I've ever seen? No, there are much better dark comedies, but it's a movie that I see gaining a following. I see kind of gaining an audience as it moves across the the iTunes spheres and stuff like that. But it's a movie, just like I said, it just has a message, and it's interesting that the director Eugene was able to get all this cast into his movie. Like the David Arquettes and stuff like that, and the Kyle Mooney's, because Kyle Mooney is one of those content creators, not only working with Saturday Night Live, but has done stuff like Brigsby Bear and stuff like that. And he's a really interesting, kind of strange actor turn, comedian and stuff like that does some really interesting material. And Sasheer Zamata is also an interesting actress who's doing some interesting material in this movie, where she has a lot to say about the world of streaming, the world of influencers and stuff like that. But I think she's a really interesting character. I think she has really interesting moments, and her payoff at the end of this movie has some really kind of unique takes on the world of YouTube and stardom and stuff like that. So it's a movie that will unsettle a lot of people, but it's a movie, I think, if you can go in with the interesting headspace that it's trying to create, the world it's trying to create, I think you could enjoy this movie. I really do. I think if you really are uncomfortable by disturbed moments, kind of like American Psycho, I think it will put you off and don't recommend it. But for $7, I think you'll have an interesting time for an hour and 30 minutes or whatever this movie runs. So Spree's it's an interesting movie that has a lot of interesting things to say. So there you go. That is my take on Spree. Interesting recommend. So but anyways, if you decide to watch this movie, let me know in the comments below what you think of this movie. Don't spoil it. There is some spoiler stuff in here, so don't spoil it. Maybe I'll do a spoiler video or something like that. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, which is Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. And if you liked this video, cool, hit that like button. It's really interesting thing to say about a movie like Spree, saying hit the like button. So anyways, that'll do it. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.